you
I just think
saying that black women should make more effort to either leave the collective of the black male race or just not get with them altogether as a collective? Especially here in the UK, where if you ask my matters for the stats, there is a high amount of our best and brightest dating out. So when I say best and brightest, I'm not just talking about artists, musical artists. I'm talking about people within the political arena, middle class black men that are dating out. So are you saying that if black women don't open up to other options then in terms of race, then they should simply stay on their own and not date
But
anyone
they
at
are,
all?
but you're saying that like as if they're closed off to other options, though. They're not. They just can't get them. It's not like
So
they.
if
It's
they
not like
can't,
they.
if
It's
they
not like
okay, so
they've got some
if they
sacred code
if
of
they
like we
can't get
can't.
them, okay, if they can't
They
get them,
can't. They
so you're
literally
saying
can't. That's
so
not.
you're
That's
saying
literally
that they
shown. Like
should
that is
okay,
shown. That is not.
so
That's they
can
can't.
I just say, so you're saying that because we can't change your attitudes, we can't change the look, that's not obviously not appealing to you, then we should
But
just we can't date out, so we've got no other option there. We're not appeasing to you, so we should just simply go our own way, as you would say in the manosphere, as in men going their own way, and then just not bother with black men because we're not appealing to them, either our personality or our looks, which is our whole
But why? But
totality and all. So we should just go our own way, and then that be the end of it. So that's the ultimate solution, then, is it
Well,
not?
firstly, you can do that. I don't really care. But the other thing is why are you cutting out the other option, which is you could try to adjust your behavior. That is the one thing that has not been done. You can try and put this hit all this other stuff in, but the one thing that's not been attempted is that. And I'm not just saying that to women. I always say it about as a collective. It's not just
as a collective. It's not going to change. There's a cultural aspect to that as well. You know that if you're black, you've grown up with black people. You know how our personalities are and what we're like. We're not going to culturally just out of the blue adapt to a white person's personality. A lot of us, we've had black mothers, we've had black cultures passed down from generations, so you can't expect this whole altered personality.
This is the issue. Why is it considered? Why is it considered that being combative is black culture? Is the same way like how black guys think that being a thug is black culture. Like why is it that these aggressive, dysfunctional behaviors, we classify that as our culture? That's the problem. That's why like we shouldn't be sitting there thinking like that. And that's on both ends. Because I'm not just saying the women do it, but their share is there as well, where they promote that kind of stuff and they have dysfunctional behavior that they think is cool. They don't sit there and identify with a black woman who's quiet. Or I'm not saying you have to be quiet, but like let's just be real. Like you don't. That's not what they're looking at when they're looking at their own media. When they have their own shows, they want to have the strong, combative, sassy. That's what they view themselves as.
So what?
And I'm not saying that they can't be.
What is your interpretation of dysfunctional or an attitude? What's your interpretation?
What we all know what it is. It's what you typically deal with the average black woman who's walking around. Everyone knows this. If it wasn't the case, then they would be easily able to date outside of black men. If it was just black men who are the issue, why can't they date outside their race then? Other races women don't have issues with it.
It doesn't have to. If you don't like the culture, you don't like the culture, cultural norms of our behavior.
The thing is though,
you don't like the way we look, then you don't like the whole person. The personality and looks, that's the whole package. So if you don't like either one, then you're saying basically that you don't like black women. We don't have any redeeming.
But hold on.
Quality.
You see, this is the issue of what you're doing. So are you telling me that every single black woman then is going to be exactly the same, and that they're all just going to have this combative nature, and there's none of them that aren't like that?
Well, according to you, yes.
No, it's not according to me. I'm saying the majority. I'm saying the majority are like. I'm not saying every single one of them is like that. I'm saying the majority are. Which means that there's a number of them which aren't. Okay, the same way how, in my view, a lot of black men, I think they got a lot of things that are just dysfunctional. They ain't doing certain things as well. But I think that the issue is that like we've not had any generations where, you know, black women just collectively just being like, right, we're not going to deal with these types of dudes. We're gonna deal with guys who are on point. Like we've just not had that.
I just told you that our best and our brightest are leaving the community.
But
so whatever we're left with, hold on. Whatever we're left with, we are left with.
Your reasoning for why they're doing it Your reasoning for why they do that is because they just don't like black women, point blank, period. Even if that's the case, where did that come from?